Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. I am so excited for day one of the Sleep Makeover Challenge. I'm Shelly Tyler, a functional wellness practitioner, mom of three, and farmer, bringing you holistic, Christ centered wellness education from a Bible based and a science based perspective. I am so excited that you are joining me this week. So don't tune out if sleep is not your primary issue because it could be one of the root causes to your chronic illness or disease. So stick with me. We know, like, from a logical standpoint, that sleep is important, but for some reason, we as a society or a culture are really, really struggling to get enough sleep, to sleep well, and we're starting to feel the effects of it now more than ever. We are obsessed with productivity and busyness, and even after that, if we recognize we need to change, we actually get in the habit of neglecting our sleep to the point that we can't sleep when we really want to. Every year, we are learning more and more and more about health consequences of short duration sleep. That is defined as sleep that is less than 7 hours per night. It's going to increase your risk for heart and kidney disease, cardiovascular disease, diabetes, obesity, weight gain, ladies, stroke, and sleep is also being tied to dementia and Alzheimer's. It has been found to literally alter our genetics. Most of the genes that are modified by a lack of sleep are involved with immune support and function, by the way. This is scary. I know for many years I did not prioritize sleep. I was a perfectionist overperformer. I would strive so hard to make everything work that sleep became an option. Then you throw childbearing years in where sleep is not an option some of the time. And, having a daughter that did not sleep through the night for years, and I just used to cry for no reason, just out of sheer exhaustion. It became an elusive dream to be able to come home and just go to bed, and it really was impacting my overall well-being. I started to notice my hormones were off, changes in my menstrual cycle, blood labs started coming back differently, but everybody says everything's okay, nothing's wrong with you. I was eating right, exercising, probably over exercising for the amount of sleep that I was actually getting, and still just could not overcome fatigue. Sleep is the key. In Psalm 127:1, it talks about, unless the Lord watches over the city, the watchmen stand guard in vain. In vain, you rise early and stay up late, toiling for food to eat, for he grants sleep to those he loves. So God didn't intend us to live this way, sleepless, restless, unrecovered lives, trying to work out everything for ourselves and be in control of everything. We become so tired and so fatigued that we begin to not be able to see his goodness around us. We be able to not be able to see the people around us, and we begin to lack energy to pursue the things of God. We become ineffective, pretty much. So let's look at what the research says about how it impacts your health. Impaired mental performance is a huge impact of sleep deprivation. This is demonstrated time and time again on tests where concentration and responsiveness are tested. And this can be deadly to a certain degree with drowsy driving. That's why we see an uptick in car accidents each year. That's why we see, especially around whenever the clock falls back or springs forward, we might see a change there. There were 23,000 adults in Greece that were followed by a Harvard study, and they took a 1 p.m. nap break. And there was actually such a decrease in heart disease and mortality risk, and it just can make such a huge impact. Whereas conversely, a lot of people that are not taking time, that we see that risk go up. I believe this. Honestly, the best I have ever felt in my life was when I lived in Argentina for a summer. They literally took a siesta every day. Everything shut down. There was nothing to do. I didn't have a fancy smartphone. So I just took a nap every day for a couple months. And sometimes we would stay up late. Sometimes we would get up early, but there was so much freedom there to rest and recover. They valued their sleep more than productivity. And it's just so different from here in America, how we normally will live. Now, I know there are some reasons your sleep can be interrupted and you can't control that, like kids or pets, for example. But there should be opportunities for you to rest throughout the day. And if there are not, you are operating on empty and you are operating within a life that has zero margin. Believe me, I have lived there. The truth is, if you are living there, more than likely the people you care about the most are living there, like your kids. So 70% of parents actually believe their children get enough sleep, but only 11% of teenagers actually do. 80% of teenagers report that they'll wake up during the night and actually check their cell phone because they have cell phone dependency. The dependency wakes them up, that anticipatory anxiety that gets that hormone release, that dopamine hit. It actually leads to less deep sleep. And it happens immediately because they're immediately swiping those phones in the AM. So, if that can happen to teenagers, it can also happen to you. That anticipatory anxiety, that dependency on your smartphone sitting by your bed can actually lead to less deep sleep. Can you believe it? Kids across all ages are getting an average of 2 hours less of sleep than 50 years ago. If they're getting 2 hours less, we're not going to bed till they do. We're getting even less than that. And what it's leading to in youth athletes is that we're seeing almost 2 times more likelihood to sustain an injury if there's less than 8 hours of sleep per night. Also, decreased performance, decreased emotional resilience. And if that's happening to them, it is also happening to us who are older, less resilient sometimes. So when you don't sleep, you have to realize that you and your children go into fight or flight mode. When we're in fight or flight mode, blood actually rushes away from the prefrontal cortex. That's the part of the brain that helps us to think logically and come up with a solution. It goes into survival mode. So instead of thinking, hey, I'm tired, I should take a nap, you get the fits, the turmoil, the screaming, the hyperactivity from the kids, and you get your snappiness, anxiety, all of that. That you guys can't even think logically that napping would be a good idea. And then because of this behavior, you trigger each other and you go into fight or flight even deeper when you feel like someone's coming at you because they're irritable. When your household is a wreck, you have to stop and think, are we getting enough quality sleep? If you are not getting along, if there's relational turmoil, are we getting enough quality sleep? I've been there. The mom that burns the candle at both ends. I have lived it. I've made the mistake, and it will impact you as well. Getting up too early versus going to bed too late can lead to also different impacts on the stages of sleep that you go into, non-REM versus REM sleep. Sleep deprivation leads to increased pain sensitivity, where extended sleep has been found to return pain tolerance and sensitivity to baseline levels. So for you that have reached out to me and said, how can I get rid of this chronic pain that I'm in? My number one first question to you is, are you getting enough sleep? And if that question is no, that is the place to start, because your sensitivity and pain level are going up if you do not sleep. We know that sleep improves learning. We know that memory retention is better. So for those of you that have told me you have brain fog and There's not really a physiological reason or one that you have found. It's likely due to non-REM sleep and the fact that you are not getting the appropriate amount of sleep and your sleep versus wake times. Naps as short as 20 minutes can actually help you with your memory retention and help you with memory consolidation. So, just a little tip, naps are still okay. You're not being lazy, it's fine. You can also really think that sleep is going to apply to, when we say it applies to learning, it's also going to be applied to learning physical things. So motor improvements, they actually occur in the final 2 hours of sleep. So after 6 hours, a study that was done in 2002 on nurses found that napping improved performance lapses and led to quicker performances in psychomotor vigilance tasks. They were able to carry out tasks without as much error. So that's huge. During this sleep challenge this week, we're going to talk about different ways and strategies that you can have to make over your sleep and transform your health. We're going to talk about your mindset, forming consistent habits, how your gut health impacts your sleep and energy, and strategies to rest and relax that are actually going to impact your sleep. At the end of the week, on Saturday, we are going to dive into a stress management workshop. I'm going to talk about different kinds and types of stress and how you can identify your specific type of stress and know exactly which type of adaptogen you should use to support yourself in your season of stress to help you sleep and feel more rested. This is huge. If you haven't signed up for this challenge, actually put your email address in. Please do so with the link below so that you don't miss emails or the link to the webinar on Saturday, because that will be a live webinar through Kartra. So because I'm also going to be sending you some prep work to do so that you actually get some personalized help through this. That is my goal. So today we are going to talk about your mindset. We're going to transform and touch on your mindset because that is going to impact your sleep. Did you know that your thoughts and emotions can have a profound impact on your sleep quality? It's true. Research suggests that cultivating gratitude and maintaining a positive mindset can positively influence the release of sleep hormones, helping us to achieve more restful, energizing sleep, giving us energy in the morning. Specifically, research has shown individuals who regularly practice gratitude and thankfulness tend to have better quality sleep. When you go to bed with a grateful mindset, you are more likely to experience a sense of satisfaction and contentment, which can contribute to a deeper and more restful sleep. Here's how it works. When we practice gratitude, I say we practice, you have to practice, because gratitude doesn't always come easily. That's why we're having to be reminded over and over again to give thanks. When we practice it, whether through journaling or praying or reflecting on the things we're thankful for, our brain is going to release serotonin. And that is often referred to as the feel-good hormone. Serotonin helps regulate mood and promotes a sense of calm, which is going to make it easier for us to unwind and prepare for a good night's rest. Furthermore, remaining in that positive mindset can help reduce stress and anxiety, which will disrupt your sleep patterns. The stress hormone cortisol tends to be lower in individuals who approach life with optimism and positivity. By keeping a positive outlook and focusing on the blessings that God has put right in front of us, we can help balance our cortisol levels and create an environment conducive to sleep. In 1 Thessalonians 5:16-18, it says, "Rejoice always, pray continually, and give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Christ Jesus. So let's make gratitude and thankfulness a part of our daily routine, no matter how things are, because we are commanded to give thanks in all circumstances, to see all that God has done. Here are some simple tips to get started. This does not have to be hard. Start a gratitude journal. I have a notebook by my bed. I write down things that I was grateful for each day. It could be small, like the beautiful sunset or a conversation with a friend. It could be the breath in your lungs or just that the sun came out today. Whatever it is, just find 3 things that you are grateful for. Also, you can practice positive affirmations. Now, this is a repeated, uplifting confession, an affirmation about yourself that is true. Okay, so we have to make sure that it is rooted in the truth of the word and scripture, such as God desires for me to have deep sleep and be peaceful. That can help set the stage for a restful night. You have to practice and you have to fight ingratitude. You have to fight a sense of entitlement. Don't just talk to God when you need something or when you need healing. You talk to Him about those things, yes, but thank Him daily for the season that you are going through. I have to say, Lord, thank you for what I'm learning through this. Thank you for shaping me to be the person that you want me to be. Thank you for calling me out of my junk and showing me your purpose. You have to act. It has to be an act out of a heart of gratefulness and intentionality. So I want you to say it. Like you have to say it out of your mouth sometimes, because we've talked about this before with the limbic system rewiring. If you say it, then your brain hears it and it thinks it's true. That truth that you're saying will eventually become true in your mind. So we need to overflow with praise. We need to overflow with praise. In Psalm 101 through 5, I always just picture, shout for joy to the Lord, all the earth, worship the Lord with gladness, come before Him with joyful songs. Know that the Lord is God. It is He who made us, and we are His. We are His people, the sheep of His pasture. Enter His gates with what? With thanksgiving. Enter His courts with praise. Give thanks to Him and praise His name, for the Lord is good, no matter what your circumstance, and His love endures forever. His faithfulness continues through all generations. In Psalm 63:3, it says, because your love is better than life. Your love is better than this life. My lips will glorify you. I will praise you as long as I live, and in your name I will lift up my hands. I will be fully satisfied, as with the richest of foods. With singing lips, my mouth will praise you. So, we have to act intentionally. We have to do it even when these circumstances don't feel good. The third thing you need to do is surround yourself with positive things and positive people. Engage in activities that you enjoy. Connect with people who are encouraging. Consume content that is uplifting. So whatever you're scrolling, let it uplift you, let it encourage you, let it inspire you. Whatever you're watching on Netflix, let it be something that lifts you up, not Netflix binge watching murder mysteries. Like, find something that will fill your mind with positivity and encouragement. Remember, we have the incredible ability to shape our thoughts and emotions, and in turn, positively impact our sleep hormones. Let's together tonight, start cultivating gratitude. Embrace the good that you see in the world around you and enjoy those sweet dreams that God has for you. I want you to comment below, share your thoughts on how gratitude have influenced your sleep, or what you plan to do as far as making a new habit so that you can change your perspective and take on that attitude of gratitude. And let's inspire each other to sleep soundly and wake up refreshed and ready to do the thing that God has called you to do here on this earth, here and now. I will put the link below for you guys to sign up for this challenge so you don't miss all of the emails and the communication. And as always, feel free to reach out to me if you'd like to book a call one-on-one to talk through some of your health challenges. And I can't wait to see what you guys are going to do this week and how the Lord is going to stir in your hearts for you to change some of the habits that you have currently been engaging in. And hopefully, we'll see some great transformations. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening, and I will be talking to you again tomorrow at 5:30 when we're going to talk about how to consistently build habits and sleep hygiene that are going to shape your health outcomes. You guys have a wonderful night. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.